Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing good today. I'm back with another transfer video, so I hope you guys do enjoy my video today. And yeah, there's obviously going to be a few things that I will be speaking about today. Obviously about Saliba's new deal. Hopefully that'll be getting signed soon. Obviously Rodrygo as well. Obviously a few other things which I will go into. But if you guys have any questions in the chat, feel free to send them in. I'm happy to go through them as well. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy my video today. Please do make sure you are liking and subscribing to my channel, which would help my channel very much. And like I said, I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have for me at the moment. And yeah, I'm going to get straight into this. I'm going to start off actually with Saliba because with Saliba, we kind of heard this about a few days ago really, but with Saliba, he did say he's hopeful about a new contract. He said hopefully yes, of course there's nothing now, but there's a good conversation with my agent and the club. Let's see. He also did say, of course, we're lucky to have a chance to compete in the Premier League again and try to win. Our mindset is to win the Premier League, and we will give everything from the first game. We have a lot of new players, and they will hopefully help us win the league. So it does seem quite positive and good, like he will sign a new deal. I feel quite hopeful that he will sign a new deal with Arsenal. Like, you just have to hope he will, but it does seem quite positive at the moment, so it's no reason why. I don't think you'd say yeah if you didn't mean it, so I do think it's really possible to happen. And big up Victor. Good to see you here. Hope you're good today. Hope you're all good today here. Like I said, I'm more than happy to answer any questions you guys have for me today. And yeah, hope you'll enjoy my video. But yeah, like I said, Saliba is hopefully going to sign a new deal soon. So hope you'll hear more on that as well. Big up Roscoe. Hope you're good. Good day, safe. You're good to see you in the chat. Hope you're good. Hope you're all having a good day. As I said, I'm going to go through some news, but if you do have any questions in the meantime or any thoughts, send them through and I'm happy to answer them as well. And please do make sure you are liking and subscribing to my channel, guys. But yeah, obviously, for me, it's interesting to hear this news. I really hope that he will, sign a new deal with Arsenal. But we are going to have to just wait and see what will happen. Big up Desmond. Good morning here in the USA. Oh, it's probably quite early for you, isn't it, in the USA? But thank you for popping in, Desmond. Big up yourself. Big up the chat as well, of course. But yeah, hopefully Arsenal are going to sign some players soon. But for now, yeah, like I said, Saliba is really good at the mentality is to win the league, because I think the league is the one I want us to win. I want us to go for the league next season, so I think we should be going for that and focusing on that. I'm really happy that we are. So yeah, I think the league's the one we want to win, and the league's the one I want to win anyway. I know the Champions League would be nice to win, but I think for the league, because we've nearly done it a few times, it'd be nice to get there. So hopefully, guys, we will win the league this season. But yeah, I completely agree with obviously what Saliba's saying. Arteta was actually asked a bit about the window, and he said, obviously, let's see, the market is still on. We'll have to balance that out with the squad. I think we'll be open to see what happens. So yeah, he's not giving much away, is he? But I think we will. I definitely see us bringing in some players and selling some players. I think we're going to see quite a few outgoings happening, to be completely honest with you, which I think is fair enough. So yeah, I think we will see some players leaving, some players hopefully staying. But yeah, this window is going to be an interesting one. I'm really excited to see what is obviously going to come up next about it as well. So yeah, I'm enjoying this window so far. Now Rodrygo is an interesting one, isn't he? Because I've said to you guys I don't think we're going to get him, but it's looking likely that he's going to leave Madrid. It says here Madrid have opened the doors for the exit of Rodrygo. Also held talks with Rodrygo's, but wanted to strengthen in other positions, especially at centre forward. Martinelli, especially Martinelli, Trossard most likely to leave if we are going to get that deal done. So I think with Rodrygo, I think it's possible. Definitely, it's not unlikely. It's definitely we've got a chance, but I think if you'd asked me, I just don't feel quite confident about us getting him. But like I said, it is still something that we can do. But like I said, I think if we're going to get Eze, we're not going to get Rodrygo. It's one or the other for me. So I am interested to see what we are going to do. But like I said, I really would like to get Rodrygo because he would be a great signing. And no other clubs have actually shown interest in him. I know Liverpool, Spurs for some reason. Like, I just couldn't imagine him going to Spurs. I don't think Spurs will get him. I think Liverpool have a good chance as well. I think the only thing that I worry about with him is like if we how about him start. I think he'd just start on the team straight away if he came to the team. I think he would be a starter. I think it's just going to be hard because he's going to be a lot of money, and we're going to have to sell some players again. Um, I think he'd be a lot more actually expensive than any of the other players. But I think we have to have other options. We have to have plan Bs if things don't work out. We definitely have to have other ideas. So yeah, I'm interested to see what will actually happen with this. But with Rodrygo, I think it's still open. I don't think it's done completely. I think we still have a chance to get him. So we're gonna have to see what happens. I'm gonna share my screen in a minute, guys, because I want to just read out some bits of information about Arsenal. But before I do, obviously, I will read through your questions here. But I'm in high surf. I just came. Oh, don't worry. It's good to see you here. Please let's sign Rodrygo. I hope so. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I think we've got a chance. That's how I see it anyway. Because I think it'd be a lot of money. If Eze's not available, we need Rodrygo. Yeah, I think if we can't get Eze, we have to get Rodrygo. If we can't get Rodrygo, we have to get Eze. Those are the options that I would like us to go for. But obviously, I don't really know what we are going to do. You don't know if Arsenal what their plans are, so we're going to have to just see what happens. Be it Roscoe Russian, sorry, who says, "Good day, Soph. Back from Singapore today morning. Was a pleasure watching Arsenal. The unveiling of Gyokeres was special. Diamond was impressive. Felt Mendy was the best player from the stands. I'm really glad you had a good time. Big up Russian. Good to see you here. Yeah, obviously it'd be great to see when Gyokeres as well gets his first minutes for Arsenal when he actually gets to play. But I completely agree with you. He's done it's a really great signing, and Zoom Mendy I think has done really good as well so far. So yeah, I completely agree with you there. But yeah, obviously pick up to the chat as well. If you've got any questions, send them through. I'm going to share my screen in a minute so I can obviously speak to you guys a bit about some other Arsenal news. But obviously, guys, make sure you're subscribing and liking here. And if you've got any questions, send them through. And I'm happy to, like I said, go through the chat as well. We just need to get Rodrygo, but his dad asked Arsenal and Hull. Yeah, yeah, we're not paying that for him. Yeah, I completely agree with you. We just wouldn't do that, would we? It's too much money for us. I think if we're looking at a striker, I think we are going to sort of pay like something like that, but it's going to be a lot. Anyway, I'm going to try and share my screen now. I'm just going to see if I can just do this. Give me a sec, guys. Okay, I'm going to share my screen so we can obviously look at more things in more detail as well. So, okay, guys, obviously this is basically Athletic and it's the latest on Arsenal about what's happened this week. So Arsenal have obviously landed the deal of Gyokeres, which we all know. Interestingly, after Gyokeres, will also go for any other signings. This remains to be seen. Gyokeres is Arsenal's sixth signing of the summer. They've already done a considerable amount of business. Arsenal are delighted with the acquisitions they've made and how they've been able to complete the deals. So I do think we'll definitely bring in some more players, but I just think we need to bring some more information in. Naturally, they'll be focused on sales now. Arsenal want to recoup some revenue to help balance the books and grant them continued flexibility in future windows. Don't remain attentive in any opportunities, however, and business will not close until the window is over. We are constantly looking in the market, Arteta said in Singapore, which obviously is so true. So yeah. Question here, which positions are you looking at? Arsenal remain interest in Eze. The England international has had many admirers. Arsenal would like to be keen for the move in North London. In theory, it looks like a straightforward deal. Eze has had release clause in his contract worth in excess of 60 million. Arsenal have however, had reservations about paying the full clause for the player who turned 27 last month. If Crystal Palace were able to drop the price in the remaining weeks of the window, Arsenal would be keen to proceed. I do think Arsenal do want to pay less for him, but I just think we should pay what we have to and maybe just sell some players, to be completely honest with you guys. So yeah, a new contract for Waneri reduces the urgency of Arsenal as they proceed, but does not appear to have ended entirely. It doesn't. I don't feel confident about us now about us getting Eze, but we're gonna have to see what happens. Which players could be leaving? Arsenal and Fulham are in talks over Reece Nelson. Discussions between the club centre on either a loan deal with an option to buy, which will include a significant fee or permanent transfer. On June the 10th, Fulham were interested in another move for Nelson, 25-year-old, spent last season there. There are several other players on the fringe team's squad who could be allowed to leave, such as Zinchenko, Lokonga, Vieira, Karl Hein. If Arsenal can bring in a wide attacker, they may be willing to listen to other offers like Gabriel Martinelli or Trossard. in Trossard's case, Arsenal have been in talks about a contract renegotiation, but this will have seen the Belgian pick up an improved salary without extending his deal beyond his expiry date in 2027. I think with Trossard, I do feel like his move is. I just don't know like if he's actually going to stay. I'm not really confident about him staying, to be honest. Obviously, at the moment, that contract remains unsigned as Trossard and his new representatives wait to see what opportunities in the market brings. The difficulty comes if the interest arrives too late. In September 24, Arsenal fielded a late inquiry for Trossard from Saudi, but the offer came too late for Arsenal to source a replacement, so it was rejected. So yeah, obviously that is the latest. Because I think it's interesting. I'm just gonna shut. I'm gonna yeah. So that is latest with sort of Trossard. I think I completely get where Trossard's coming from because he wants to keep his options open. He's not going to be a starter next season, and if he wants to be a starter somewhere else, I don't blame him for wanting him to go. And I completely understand that, but I think it would be a shame to see him go because I like him. I think he's a great player. I really value him at Arsenal, but at the same time, I don't think any of us would argue if he did leave. And I think we could all understand that. So yeah, it would be a shame. It really would be a shame if he did go, but I think it's something that I think a lot of us would understand. And we need money. We need money for like SA as well. So we do have to generate some money somehow anyway. So yeah, I'm not gonna be totally surprised by this. We got the chat, obviously there's 13 of you. Hope you're all good today. If you've got any questions, do send them through. I'll be back in 2 seconds, guys. I just need to plug in my laptop for a minute. But send in some questions. I'm back now, guys. Hope you can see me okay. I just had to charge my laptop. But yeah, big up all you guys that are watching this. Hope you're all good. If you do have any questions, feel free to ask me them as well. Let me just go back up. We got Ammon who says we just need to get Rodrygo. Yeah, I read that. But 70 is fair. Yeah, 70 is fair. For Rodrygo, get this reads one. For Rodrygo, 70 is fair, and we can make him start like a 70 is fair because of his injuries. I think 100 million is a lot, really, wouldn't it? I think that would be a bit unrealistic. Yeah, I'm not feeling quite optimistic about Eze, to be fair with you guys, but we are going to have to see what is going to happen and how things are going to develop. But yeah, I'm interested. I really am interested to see what we are going to do soon. But yeah, this window is definitely going to be exciting. But I just don't know how much we're going to spend after this. Big up BN says I just see us selling Eze and then more players. I'll be honest with you, I do agree with that. I don't think we're doing much after Eze. I mean, if we even get Eze full stop, I mean, we might not even get Eze. I just don't know at this point. I don't know what we're gonna do if we're not getting Eze. I don't know what we're gonna do. So I do have my doubts a little bit. I do have my worries. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We're gonna have to see what will happen, but I do have some questions about this window. So we have to just see. Eze is going to be the guy for us. We've got to get Eze, get that done. So hopefully, guys, Eze will be done. Sorry, I just want to read one quickly run before I go back. Do you think that's fair? I think 70 is fair for him. I think he's a good player, but I think it's going to be a difficult one. I don't think we're going to get him now. In comparison to the other top sides, movement in the market, so you really think Arsenal have a chance this season? I think if we get Eze, I think we have a chance. I do think we need another kind of experienced player, another top player for me to get us at that point. But it is going to be interesting to see how we obviously do get on in this window. But I do think because other teams are going to be competing and improving, we have to match that as well. So I can only hope and pray we will do that. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting window. But I do think Liverpool. I've spoken about Liverpool a lot of times, but they're doing really good in this window, and we definitely have to match that as well. So we just have to do the best we can do, but we need to make sure we are improving in our attack and making sure we strengthen in there. So yeah, this window is going to be interesting to see what we are going to do, but I do think we could do with a few obviously changes, a few players to come through. But I do agree with what B&M said. I don't think we're going to get anyone after Eze. I think if we get Eze, I think that'll be it. And if that's it, then that's it. But yeah, I think that'll probably be after I say. I think we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna sell players now. I think that's what our next move is, and then obviously we're gonna have to see what will happen after that. Obviously pick up to the chat here, and there's about 17 of you watching, so obviously appreciate you all that are here. Obviously if you've got any questions, do send them through, and I'm happy to go through them. Please do make sure you are liking my video and here, and please do subscribe it if you're new around here. That'd help me out very much. And yeah, like I said, I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have. What could boost charge for Rodrygo? I saw an article saying Liverpool may just sign Isak and Guehi and be done. Yeah, I don't think they're going to get Rodrygo and Isak. I mean, I know they have money, but I don't think they have that much to spend. I would be a bit surprised with that. I don't think it will happen for them. I don't think they'll get. I think if they're getting Isak, they're not getting Rodrygo. If they're getting Rodrygo, they won't get Isak. I think it'll be one. I think it would just be one or the other. But yeah, I think that's a good. I think that's a good window for Liverpool with Guehi because he's a very experienced player, and obviously with Isak, he's really good too. So it does make it a lot difficult for us because you've seen other teams around you doing so well, and it's going to be really difficult for us. But all we can do is our best, and that's all I ever ask, from the team to do that. But yeah, Rodrygo, obviously, um, on articles here it says it has been a high interest from clubs like Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Spurs. I don't think he'd go to Spurs, but I do think he probably would go to a team in the Champions League, which I think is completely fair enough because he does deserve to be, at that high level. But yeah, I think wherever he goes, he wants to win titles. I think he'll want to be very successful. But yeah, this, we're gonna have to see what happens with his future. But it would be nice if Arsenal get a last minute sort of signing like that. Um, but yeah, we're gonna have to see what will happen with that deal. But yeah, I'm interested to see what Arsenal have up their sleeve. But I do think we want someone else. Arsenal, I think Arteta mentioned before about getting more bodies in. I know we've got, Gyokeres in, but we do need to make more signings. So I do hope that can be our next thing on our list. But like, I do completely agree. I think if we're getting Eze, I don't think we're going to get anyone else. I think that's going to be it. And to be honest with you, I do feel confident about us in the league if that is our team. So yeah, we're going to have to see obviously what happens. Yeah, that would be a good summer for Liverpool. But Arsenal Forever says subscribe here, people. Thank you for your support, Arsenal Forever. Of course, guys, do subscribe here. It'd be great to have my channel out. But obviously, I appreciate you all that are here today. If you have any questions, do send them through here. And like I said, when there's any updates, latest news, I will obviously be on here always to give you guys, the latest news. So appreciate you all that are here. I know this one is an earlier stream, but I did want to go on here for a little bit to chat with you all. Amrin, or there are options we could get Musiala for 100 million from Bayern because he can play CAM and left wing. He's a big star. I don't think we're going to pay 100 million for anyone next. I think it's going to be 60 to 70. I mean, I think Eze about 68. I know he's got that release clause, but I think he's around 60, that sort of price. And to be honest with you, that's a fair price, so I don't think that should be a problem. I just wish Arsenal would have done this deal before Gyokeres because I think we've done things not in a priority. I know all of these signings have been happening at different stages, but I would have gotten Gyokeres first, would have gotten Eze, and then I would have dealt with like the Kepa and all of that. It's a real tough one. I know some of these deals are harder than others. Like I know Kepa was easy. That was done within like days. And I know like Norgard was done like in hours. That felt so quick that got agreed. So I know other things do take time, but it would be nice for this to get done as soon as possible. And I do think we need to get some of these players through the door. So I'm really hoping that is obviously what we can do in this window. But yeah, I don't think we're going to bring in many players after this one. I think that'll be it probably after Eze or after whoever we are getting. If Theo was to reckon for Chelsea, he would be their player next week. Yeah, Chelsea are getting a lot of players out the door, aren't they? I think we need to be doing the same thing. Obviously when I shared my screen as well, it did say about Zinchenko. Vieira, I think we've got players who need to get money for. We need to move them out the door, but I just don't know what we are going to do if we are going to do that. But I do think we need to move some players on and go for Eze. That's honestly what I would do if I was Arteta. But we're going to have to see. Only time will tell really what we are going to do. Victor says, I don't think the order is important as long as the signings are made to address. Yeah, I think if we get Eze, like I'm fine with that, but I don't know. I'd be happy knowing we got Eze and Gyokeres through the door in this window, but right now we just don't know what is going to happen. And they've got Gyokeres through the door, which is a really good sign, but we just don't know what is going to happen next. So that's why I'm a bit nervous to see what we are going to do after this. No Muswell 100 million because he didn't finish his contract with Bayern, so add some millions to get him. I mean, yeah, he's a good player, but I don't think we're going to spend 100 million on anyone. I think that is a big ask. I think we're going to have to see what we are going to do. But yeah, Rodrygo is I think he's probably open to options, but I just don't know. It's the money thing. We have to move on some players as soon as possible. To be honest with you, if we do want to bring in Eze or whoever we want to bring in. So yeah, interested to see what we are going to do in this window, but hopefully we'll bring in some really good players to help us in the league because the league, isn't far away. The Premier League is starting very soon, so we have to, be ready for the league in pre-season. If we're bringing in Eze, he has to be ready to work with this new team. He has to get some training sessions. So I do hope we can get this done ASAP. Big up Ron, who says, I really don't think the Arsenal board are doing their best in this window. The idea that Rodrygo would even consider Arsenal is delusional. I think the problem with Rodrygo is the fact that we've not won a league title, we've not won anything. I don't think that would convince him to come to Arsenal. That's why I do feel as though my confidence is a bit knocked about him coming here. I think I'm a bit reserved. I don't feel confident he's coming here because we've not had that silverware, and I think if he came here, it's not guaranteed we would win stuff. But I also think on the other hand that we have some incredible players like Gyokeres who is going to take us to another level. So you might want to work with like Saka and him. So yeah, we're gonna have to see what is gonna happen. But I feel more optimistic because we've got some great players in. But I think because we've had problems with silverware, I think that probably makes me less confident if I'm being honest. But we are gonna have to see what is gonna happen, in these upcoming days and weeks. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of money as well. So I don't feel confident about that happening either. Like I just don't know if it would happen. But we've got to still stay positive and still hope he can, and it's still one of our options. But Eze would be the one for me. Eze would be the guy for me if I had to pick. But Declan Rice was 105. Yeah, Declan Rice was a lot of money, but he has been worth every penny. And we did spend a lot of money for him. So yeah, he was an incredible sign. He has been an amazing sign for Arsenal. Yeah, I can't wait to see him as well next season. He's definitely improving. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how he will do. Big up BNM who says if you propose Rodrygo with 200k and their start he will sign. I do think money talks. I think if we offered him, like you said, a good wage, I think he'd probably say yeah. But if Arsenal, it's up to Arsenal what they want to do. I'll be honest with you. I think Rodrygo would be a wow signing. It would be like, I think we all felt when we got Gyokeres out a kid at Christmas, and I think we get a feeling from him as well. So that for me would be like a wow signing if we got Rodrygo. I think it would be amazing. We obviously are going to see what Arsenal are going to do if we can actually end up buying him. But I think if you offer a player a good amount of money, some players will take that. And yeah, I could see it happening. I'm obviously not, confident that it would happen, but we are going to have to see if he is someone that would want to come to Arsenal. So, yeah, obviously, hopefully he will be an Arsenal player, but let's just see what will happen. Obviously, big up to chat. I really appreciate you all that are here. Like I said, I'm happy to answer any questions here. I'll be on here for an hour today as well, so I'm more than happy to answer any questions. But yeah, big up the chat. I appreciate you all that are watching us. Obviously, please do make sure you're smashing them likes for me, guys, and you do subscribe here as well. But yeah, appreciate all that here today. This will probably be my only stream today, unless there's any news later on today, in the evening. But I will obviously let you guys know when my next stream will be as well. Big up yourself. Big up Don Dragon 2. Good to see you here. Obviously, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Right now, Rodrygo will be out of options soon. We don't need him. There are loads of players in that position. Eze is the better player option as a creative player. I think if we're not getting Eze, we should get Rodrygo. If we're not getting Rodrygo, we should get Eze. I think it should be one or the other, to be completely honest. Hey, little Gunner, thanks for representation. Thank you, Sancho19. Good to see you here. Obviously, if you're new here, guys, please do subscribe here to help my channel grow. I know there'll be quite a few of you that are new here as well, so big up the chat. We should sell Jesus, Martinelli, Nelson. Um, yeah, I think Nelson's going to be a loan and the option to buy. I think Jesus is going to be the same probably. Martinelli, I think Martinelli's probably going to stay. I think Trossard will go. If I had to give you guys an answer right now, that's what I think. I think Trossard's going to stay. I think he's thinking of the different options now, and I think he's thinking of his future. So I think he'll probably leave. Um, yeah, and I get that, to be honest with you, because Trossard's not going to be a star next season, is he? He's going to be someone that's probably going to be, an impact player, someone off the bench. He's not going to play all the time, so I get that if he's not happy with that. And we're probably going to get 20 for Trossard, maybe a little bit more, maybe 25. Nelson, if he was to buy, maybe 15 million. Jesus, I don't think you're gonna get much for Jesus, but obviously with Jesus and Nelson, they look like it's two loan deals with an option to buy. Reece Nelson's definitely looking likely that's pretty much going to be agreed soon. Obviously with Jesus, there's not been much of an update, other than obviously we've heard him wanting to go back to Brazil. We've heard all of these things about Jesus, but you just don't know what he's actually going to do. So ASU's future is a bit up in the air at the moment, so I think, yeah, I definitely see some outgoings. Nelson will probably be our next one. I think Vieira should be going. I think he should move on. I think he's good in Europe. I think he's just not good for Arsenal. I think, as I said, his physicality just didn't suit Arsenal. I just think he struggled physically, and that's okay. It happens. Some players do well in the league, some players don't. So obviously for him, I think he'll probably go. Lokonga, I think he should go as well, but I don't know where he would go. Um, but yeah, I do think we're going to see quite a few outgoings as well. Um, being why I'm not in for Lookman. I just wondered. Yeah, I think I like him. I did a video actually about him as well at the start, and I think, to be honest with you, I don't know why we've not shown any interest in him, because he's definitely a good option. I don't know how much he would be though, but I think he's going to be a similar price to maybe an Eze. So I think if we're not getting Eze, we're going to have to think of a plan B or a plan C. I did read something today, and it did say that Arsenal do want to offer a price for Eze. I don't think they want to pay the full price. But I think if I was Crystal Palace, I wouldn't back down. I think Crystal Palace are gonna be determined on what the money they want. So I don't think that we're gonna see that happen. You know, I don't think Crystal Palace will back down. I think the price they're offering they'll stick with. I think if Arsenal can't get in for that, then that'd be a real shame. And we just need to sell the players we can sell and try and get as much money. I think Kivior will stay. I know he was a player that we kind of spoke about. That it did actually say, actually at the start of the window, it did say that he wasn't in Arteta's plans, and now he is in Arteta's plans. So I don't know what to believe these days. So much is happening, it's crazy. Um, get rid of the run, and be brave in shifting players that have got used to runners up medals. Let the kids let down in space to play before bigger teams come in and steal him away. Yeah, I think, like you said, if there's players here, like, I mean, Jesus, I mean, you look at our striker position, so you've got obviously Gyokeres. Havertz is probably going to be the second choice, and I think Jesus wouldn't really get in any third choice, would he? He's not really a choice now, is he? Because Mourinho can play there as well, and then Mourinho can be in the midfield, but I think he's a lot better in the attack. So, I think for me, it's going to be really interesting, because I do agree with you. I remember years ago when I watched Arsenal when Arteta came in, and we brought in Smith Rowe, and that completely improve their team. And I think a lot of experienced players can let you down, and bringing in the youth, bringing in the academy players gives you it's a breath of fresh air. They bring you that energy that the team really needs. So I completely agree with you, Ron. I think that we definitely have to find a place to down in the team. Obviously, great to see some of the other academy players get a start as well. And yeah, I just think for me that we need to shift some players on. I agree with you. You have to be ruthless. Just get it done. Chelsea getting it done. Chelsea doing a really good job. We've got to do the same as well. So I do think we will see a few outgoings. Like I said, Reece Nelson for me will definitely be the one that will happen now. Um, Don't know after that. Trossard possibly. Trossard's contract is till 2027, and what I've read, it doesn't seem like they want to extend that. So I think that might be it when it's. So we could go on a free in 2027, or he could just leave now, and we could get a bit of money for him. So interested to see what we're actually going to do about that. But yeah, this window has been pretty interesting so far. I'm enjoying to see what we are going to do, but let's just see what happens. So Gyokeres was training. Yeah, I did see that, which is which is really good. But do you think Eze will come back to Arsenal? I don't know at this point because Arsenal haven't seemed to be offered any bids. I think Arsenal want him. I think Arsenal are keen on him, but I don't think that we want to pay that price for him. I think Arsenal want a little bit of a discount, but I think we just have to pay what they want, to be honest with you. So I don't feel confident about it completely, but I think it can happen. So um if I had to give you a percentage of it happening, I'd probably say I definitely think it's above 50-50. I'd say it's 60-40. 60% of me thinks it can happen, but 40% thinks it can't. I feel very in the middle about Eze. I just don't think we want to match the price. So, but if we're not going to match the price, we have to focus on someone else now because at the end of the day, I think pre-season's so important for these players. I mean, I know they'll have training sessions before the game and all of that stuff, but I do think if you're going to bring in a play, you do have to bring him in sooner than later, really. So I do obviously hope we can get Eze in and we can bring him to Arsenal soon because that would be amazing. Um, he's the guy I want, but I think if we're not going to get him, like someone said, Lookman's quite a good player. There's options out there, but I think we just have to just see what we want, see what we're going to do. We have to bring in the right player in this. So yeah, let's just see what we are going to do. But I'm interested to see how this window is going to unfold and goes. But yeah, so far I'm happy with who we've brought in, but I think we need to make sure we are bringing in even more players really going forward. So hopefully we'll keep improving and keep strengthening as well. Pick up the chat, obviously big up to all of you guys who will be on here for about another half an hour. Please do make sure you send in any questions you want me to answer as well. I'm happy to go through the chat as well. I know there's about 11, 12 of you in here, so please do make sure you are liking this video and please do subscribe as well, which will only take a minute if you're new here, which will help me out very much. But yeah, like I said, if there's any more news, I will update you guys. Obviously, did read out today about Trossard. I think Trossard probably won't sign a new deal. If I had to give you guys an answer, but we're gonna have to see what happens. This window is going to be exciting, and it doesn't end for a while, so there is going to be a lot of stuff's going to happen in this window. There's going to be a lot more things, a lot more twists and turns as well. So yeah, I'm going to be interested to see what we are going to do. But like I said, this window so far, I think we're all happy with Gyokeres. I think we can all say Gyokeres is a really good signing, and I can't wait to see him play as well. Obviously, if there's any latest news, I will update you guys as well. But yeah, we're gonna have to see who our next signing will be. But I definitely see some outgoings happening as well. I think we are going to see quite a few outgoings happening, which will be interesting. I think I might share my screen, guys. I'm gonna just have a look on Twitter at any latest news as well, so I can share my screen. I'm gonna just mute myself for a sec. Okay, so I'm gonna try and share my screen now, guys. As I want to just go on Twitter and have a look. Let me just try and share my screen. Yeah, so I'm gonna share my screen now, guys. So basically, it's just showing you some pictures here now. I love this. I just want to share this with you. This is good. Yeah, Gyokeres' first training session, of course. Yeah, that it feels weird. We have a striker. I just can't get my head around it. It's really weird to actually think about. Obviously, I just go check any more news. Yeah, I love that kit. That's nice. This feels weird seeing him in Arsenal shirt, but it is real, guys, and we have to accept this and be happy. Um, Let me just check. I just want to see. Yeah, Arsenal's new signings together, which is obviously really nice to see. Hoping we are gonna see some more news. Yeah, so here's just Tom Canton just saying a bit of news about that. I'm not going Max Down is really good. I'm just gonna see if there's any more news actually about Arsenal today. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys. But obviously, I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have for me. And of course, we have that big game coming up against Spurs on Thursday, which I'm very excited for. I'll stop sharing my screen for now, guys. Um, so yeah, I'll answer your questions if you've got any questions for me. I might actually go back as well of that article off the Athletic I was reading to you guys before, because I know there's a lot of you might have just joined now. So yeah, obviously guys, if you're new here, send in any questions. I'm more than happy to answer them for you as well. And yeah, big up to the chat. Obviously, if you are subscribed, thank you so much, and I really appreciate your support. Right, I'm going to try and share my screen again. I hope you guys, I'm just going to check if you guys can see this because I just have no idea. Pick up the chat, give me 1 second. Right, I'm just going to try and just do this again. I'll answer your question in 1 second. I'm going to stop sharing it and then I'm going to share it again. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to go back to this. So obviously, I was talking about Trossard as well. I thought we could have another chat about that. So basically, in Trossard's case, Arsenal have been in talks about a contract renegotiation. This would have been in seeing him the Belgian pick up improved salary without extending his deal beyond his current expiry date 27. At the moment, the contract remains unsigned as Trossard and his new representatives wait to see what opportunities are in the market. The difficulty comes if the interest arrives too late in September 2024. As we all know, he was linked to obviously Saudi, and it was a bit late then, so it got rejected. Obviously, when we're speaking about the players that might leave, obviously I've said these are players I think we should move on anyway. But you know, Zinchenko, Lokonga, Vieira, obviously Cole Hines one. So yeah, obviously, it does. I think obviously with here, Eze is the main target, isn't he? And he will be because he's an amazing player. But I think we definitely have to make sure we're going to get it done soon. Obviously, I'll just read out here what has just been said to those that just tuned in. Arsenal remain interested in Eze. The England international has had many admirers. Arsenal would be keen to get this move done. It looks like a straightforward deal as it has released clause in its contract that's worth 60 million. Arsenal have had reservations about paying the full clause. I think we just have to pay it, for being completely honest with you guys. Like, just get it done. Just pay what you need to pay. It doesn't seem like this is something that will happen though, but we do have to pay it. Obviously, when Ranieri selling a new deal reduces the urgency of Arsenal and Eze. Obviously we know what happened. So obviously this is what's looking like it's going to happen next. The focus will be on sales now. Arsenal want to recoup some revenue to help balance the books and grant them continue flexibility in future windows. Obviously, Arteta did say that we are constantly looking in the market. Arteta said this week in Singapore, so we know obviously that they do want to focus on looking in the transfer market, but I do think we have to focus on bringing in players in as well. Big up Ron. Arsenal are willing to start the season with one striker and two midfielders that pretend to be, whereas Chelsea have three strikers with two being brought in during this window. The board is taking a mickey. I think it's just like the season not started, so I wouldn't panic just yet. But I do think we could do with another attacker. We've got a striker, we've got an attacker in Madueke. We need more than that, obviously, but we are going to have to see what we end up doing because we need to make sure we are improving and getting better as a team as well. So I do hope that we keep adding more quality to the team as well. Havertz made Gyokeres look small. I'm expecting a good season from him. Do you think he'll still be a part of the play, or should we move him on? Oh, a good question, Moscow. I think with Havertz, I think if I'm being completely honest, I think he's probably going to be more of like a squad player in the season. I want to see how he does this season. He's not been a bad player at all, but I do think that in the future we probably would move him on because I don't think he's not gonna be a striker, and he'll probably want to start some games as well. But there has been times where he has done really good for us. I just think last season he had a big injury and he struggled with that, so that affected it a bit. But I am hoping that he'll be a good squad player, and he's probably going to be like the backup striker as well. So we're going to have to see how he gets on, but like I hope he does really well. I really do hope he does well because I like Havertz. I know he's had injuries, had setbacks, but I just don't know how he will manage. Obviously, not playing as well. He's not going to be a starter. I hope he's not anyway. Gyokeres has come in to be a starter, so I don't really know what the plans are with that and what we are going to do, but hopefully Havertz will get some time that he deserves as well. But yeah, Gyokeres is the guy for me. Gyokeres is that one that should be starting anyway, so I hope that will happen as well. But yeah, I think we will probably sell him in the future, maybe a season or two. It does depend on how good he has of a season. Though he has bulked up a bit. Um, but yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of competition there. I think he should be up for the competition. I think that obviously Gyokeres coming in, I think that gives you that competition in that position. But I think strike-wise, Gyokeres is our guy. He's going to be our number one, and we've needed him. Havertz has had his time, and he just hasn't been able to win us things. I know it's not all on him, but it hasn't been enough for us. So I think for me, that's fair enough. But yeah, Havertz, I like him, but I think he's just going to be probably more of a squad player this season, more of someone that can come on in and help us out when we need him to. Because he can get us goals, he can get us the assists, but I think he's just going to, yeah, be that guy. But I think in the future, I probably do see him going. I don't think he's going to be a part of Arsenal for the next few seasons. I know squad depth's important as well. Gyokeres isn't going to play every game. There's going to be games where Gyokeres will be on the bench and will be rotating a bit. So I think it'll be interesting to see really what goes on there. But yeah, I think, like I said, squad depth's so important, and we need those players. I know we've got Marino. Marino's really good actually in that striker role. So I think, yeah, I'm interested to see how he does this season. I know he has like bulked up a bit. I know he's been working really hard in training, but I think he's just going to maybe be someone that I think he would start in cup games. My worry, if I'm being completely honest with you guys, is that he's going to start against United because Arteta does like certain players in this team. If being honest, Arteta does really love Arteta. Arteta loves Havertz, sorry. So I think for me, I do worry he might start the game the first game of the season. First game of the season, we have to start Gyokeres full stop. Like, I'm sorry, we have to. We've got to do that. We have to play our best players, and ultimately, if we're winning comfortably, Havertz can come on and do what he wants. But I think for me, we definitely have to make sure that we start our strongest team. So yeah, Gyokeres obviously. Hopefully, guys, we're going to see Gyokeres play on Thursday. Obviously have that game coming up, which I'm really excited to work against Spurs. I will be doing a watch along as well for that game. So yeah, I'm hoping we're going to see Gyokeres in that game because I'll be very excited to watch him play. Um, but yeah, big up to the chat. Obviously, if you've got any questions, you want me to answer, I'm happy to do that. But like I said, I'll be on there for about 15 more minutes or up until an hour. So yeah, and like I said, when there's any breaking news, I will come on here as well about the women's team, the men's team as well, and I will give you guys some updates. Obviously, please, guys, make sure you are smashing these likes for me and subscribing here. Obviously before the stream ends in like 20 minutes. So yeah, obviously appreciate you all that are here watching, and like I said, I'll be here. Tomorrow as well. On Thursday. Tomorrow I do stuff tomorrow as well. I do stuff every day here. Like content wise, if there's any more updates, obviously I will be on here to give you guys some updates about Arsenal. So yeah, big up the chat. I really appreciate you all watching my show today. I'm enjoying doing this and enjoy chatting with you all as well. Big up Ron, thank you so much for your question as always. If all of these Arsenal squad players are also good, why are there not other teams not coming to buy them? I think that's a good point because, I mean, to be honest with you, I think the big problem that we have with certain players is that they're injured, and no one wants a player that's injured, do they? That'll put you off from buying them. So I think we do have players, unfortunately, that have a lot of injuries, and that's a big problem. I mean, like Zinchenko. Do you know what, Zinchenko? I'll be honest with you, I think another thing is the wages. I think, if we're being honest, like not a lot of clubs could pay those sort of wages, so I think that's another reason. I think there's a lot of reasons why these clubs don't wanna can't afford these players. The wages that they're on, they just can't match that, which I completely get as well. But I think some of these players have so many injuries. There's so many reasons, if we're being honest. And yeah, obviously we're gonna have to see which players are gonna go. But I think I think for certain players, like maybe Lokonga, he's gonna be someone hard to really sell because he's not had a much game time at Arsenal. It just wasn't great, was it? I just don't know which team would want him. Maybe someone in the Europa League. I don't really know where he would go, to be completely honest with you guys. But yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see what we end up doing with these players. I think it's hard. I think injuries are a massive part of playing. When you sign players, you do have to make sure that they don't have many injuries. I think that's a big factor for me. So, I think to answer your question, I think it's multiple reasons. I think injuries, you don't want to play that's injured. You don't want to play that's on big wages, especially if you can't afford it. So I think there's different reasons really. I think for that. Um, also, fantastic, great show. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Obviously, big up to the chat. I appreciate all of you that are watching this. Obviously, big up to Lioness who are actually having a parade at the moment, so really happy for them. But yeah, I will be back as well tomorrow or maybe later if there's any more news about Arsenal. But obviously, I did speak about this briefly, and I think I should probably speak about it a bit now as well. But obviously, Saliba hopefully will sign a new deal, which would be really good. It would be nice to see him sign till 2030, but I don't think he would sign to that long. I think if Saliba signs, it might be to like 2028 or something. So yeah, hopefully, guys, we will see him sign that new deal pretty soon because that'll feel amazing when we know he's an Arsenal player as well. So yeah, really excited to see him extend and sign a new deal because I think Saliba's contract does actually end pretty soon. I think it's like 2027. I think Timbers and Saka's also ends there as well. So we do need to make sure that we are the best. We know we need to strengthen, but we need to make sure that we are tying down these players. He's obviously got obviously we've seen Lewis Skelly, Gabriel, they've signed deals, so we need to make sure we are seeing other players sign, stay here for a while as well. So yeah, really interested to see if Sleeper will sign a deal. Hopefully, it would be nice if he signed till 2030, but we just don't know at the moment. So we'll have to see, what will happen with that. But yeah, I'm really excited to see some new players. I hope Saka can sign a new deal as well. That'll be really interesting to see. Hopefully, Timber as well. He's another one that I really love at Arsenal. But you might want to wait out and see if we win anything first, to be honest with you. You might want to see if we are going to win any silverware. So hopefully that'll happen for us and we can have a really good season next season. And yeah, I think we need to wait and see when Steve's going to sign a new deal. It might be the end of next season. Generally, don't know at this point. When he will sign a new deal, but I do hope it is sooner than later. I think it would be nice for it to happen soon. So hopefully, guys, we'll see him sign a new deal. I really hope he will sign a new deal. I think he's happy at Arsenal. I just think he wants to win stuff at Arsenal. Steve did sort of speak about winning the league, how important that is for all of them and how much they want that to happen. So I really hope that he will sign a deal with Arsenal. I mean, he said yeah, hopefully. So I don't think he'd have said yeah if he didn't want to. So hopefully we'll see Saliba extend and sign a new deal with Arsenal. That would be obviously really good because he's a big part of our future, isn't he? I know I've had my doubts about him, with Madrid, but I think he would want to win stuff here and become a legend here at Arsenal. So I feel a little bit optimistic that he might stay here and help us win stuff. I just hope so anyway, because I know what an amazing player he is when he's, at his best. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see what will happen with his new deal. But yeah, we're going to have to see. it probably I don't know when it would happen, when his new deal would happen. Are we going to see his new deal after the season? Are we going to see at the start of the season? We're going to have to see when he does actually sign a new deal. I think it would be after the season. I think he wants to win something with Arsenal first, so we're going to have to see how that one plans out as well. Gyokeres to play on Thursday. I hope so. We're going to have to see what will happen though, because I think he's having a training session today, so I think if he looks good, if Arteta's happy with him, then I'm sure. I don't think he'll start, but I do think he'll get some minutes off the bench and he'll come on and do see what he can do. So yeah, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful he can um, give us a bit of energy and bring us something in this game that we need. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how he's going to do at Arsenal. But yeah, I think he's definitely going to have some minutes. I don't think he'll start, but I do think he'll get a bit of time in the game to really prove himself and hopefully, yeah, just see what he's about. I'm excited to see what he's going to do in this team and how he's going to take Arsenal to another level. And yeah, obviously Gokres is the one we all want to see, and I'm really excited about seeing him. So yeah, I really can't wait to see him start. I think that's going to be an incredible moment for him. Obviously, Mosquera, we're going to see him as well, hopefully. I probably maybe expect Saliba or Gabriel, one of them, not to start, and maybe we'll see. Um, Mosquera. I want to see what he's like. I want to see how good he is defensively. So I'm really hoping that we will do that as well. But yeah, really excited. These pre-seasons games are exciting, and yeah, it's going to be a nice experience for these new players to get with this team, and in Hong Kong, and going out there, it's going to be exciting. So hopefully, and coming back to Arsenal and coming back to the Emirates will be nice for Gokres as well, and Mosquera, all these new players. Yeah, I'm really excited to see them play. Obviously, I'll be doing a watch song for that game as well on Thursday, so really excited to see that. Hopefully, I really hope Gokres will be a part of the team. I don't think he'll be a starter. I don't think he'll start in the team, but I do hope he can come in and do a really good job when he needs to. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what he's going to do on Thursday. I mean, against Spurs, you always want to win, so I hope we can go there and get that win and do the best that we can for that game. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how he's going to do as well. But obviously, big up to you guys that are watching. If you've got any questions, feel free to send them in. Obviously, I'll be ending this in about 5 minutes anyway. But obviously appreciate you watching my show today. Like I said, I might back later. I don't know just yet. But yeah, I'll be interested to see. Yeah, if there's any news later as well that's happening as well. And I'm really interested to see what's going to go on with this latest news. But hopefully we'll get some players in the door soon. I think we're going to see a lot of outgoings happen as well. But obviously, big up to all of you that are watching. Please make sure you are smashing them likes. Let's try and get to 30 likes if we can on here. And please do subscribe here if you are new here and you haven't subscribed already. And yeah, obviously big up to you guys that are watching this. If you've got any questions, there's about 8 of you in here, so if you've got any last questions, do send them through. I'll also be back soon when there's updates as well. Obviously today I did speak a bit about a little few things. Obviously Rodrygo, that's a possibility. It looks like he's going to exit Madrid. Obviously I've just spoken about Saliba's future. Arteta's obviously just said about the market. He just said let's see, which is sort of like, we're still trying to do things. I take that as anyway. Obviously Eze. Oh yeah, I'll actually read you about Eze. I don't think I've actually read about Eze today. So obviously, guys, regarding Eze, it does say here from the Gunner blog, Eze interest is very clear, but it's not a deal Arsenal are prepared to do at any cost. They'll have to have a revaluation and we'll be prepared to wait and see what develops. So obviously what I've said is pretty much the same, that I think we do want to get a cheaper deal for Eze. I don't think we want to pay that full price, and I think they'll want the full price, so it's going to be incredibly hard to negotiate that. I think they'll definitely want the full price, so we are going to have to see and hope that they will give us a deal, but Arsenal want a cheaper deal. Like I said, Arsenal, I've noted that Arsenal are interested in Eze. I just think that they do they just want a valuation and they're prepared to wait. I think if we are going to wait, I do want things to happen soon. I'd rather us bring in some players sooner than later. Because if Eze is going to come, we need to get used to playing with this team as well for the season ahead. Obviously, Gokres is in training today. We're going to see what he's going to be like. Obviously, as I said before, there is a focus on sales now. Arsenal want to get some money now, and hopefully bring in the players that we want next. So hopefully we're going to see that happen as well, guys. I do think we need to move some players on, if we are being honest, to be fair, because I think we need some money perhaps, and I think we could do with a bit of a bit of that, to be honest with you. So I'm not surprised that we are doing that. I'm not surprised at all. Obviously we're gonna have to see if there's any more news that will happen soon. Hopefully there will be some more news. So yeah, I'm interested to see what will happen as well. But obviously, if you guys have any questions, do send them through. If before I end this show, obviously big up to the chat as well. It's been lovely to chat with you all today. I'll happily answer any sort of questions you guys have for me in my video today. And before I sort of leave in about 10 minutes or whenever I do leave. Going on to go finally says, what about Kivior? I don't know what's happened about him now. I'm really confused, to be honest, because it said Arteta said that he wasn't part of his plans, and now it seems as though Arsenal want to keep him. I think with some players, to be honest, you're going to get quite a bit of money for Kivior out of all of these players. I think you'd get a good amount for Kivior, but at the same time, Kivior is a good backup player, so would also want to keep him. We've got Mosquera now. It's really tough. We've also got Calafori for me. I have my concerns about his season. I just worry he's going to have lots of injuries next season, so I hope that isn't the case and he can do really well here. So we are going to have to see how that one will plan out, but hopefully for our sake he'll be okay. But yeah, big up to all of you guys. I'll probably be back later today, like maybe tonight. I'll probably do another live stream later actually, but obviously, like I said, I'm going to answer some of your questions before I leave today. Eze is coming. The issue, we need to offload 2 to 3 guys to make the deal happen. Kivior should not go. He can partner with Ben White. The problem that I was like, you're not going to get a lot of money for these players, though. That's the problem. Like, Trossard 20 million probably. Zinchenko 15, so that's like 35. Vieira, I don't know how much you can get for Vieira, like 5 to 10 million. Like, I don't think we're gonna get much for him. Lokonga, I'm not sure. Who else was there? I think that's it. So, but with Kivior, you get about another 20. So, I don't know what we're gonna do, but I do think, in an ideal world, I would want Kivior to stay, but I just don't know if we have the money to, if we want to get Eze, do we have the money to keep Kivior? If we do keep Kivior, like Kivior, I would like to keep him in an ideal world, but I just worry about our money situation. That we just don't have a lot of money to bring in Eze, and we know we have to get Eze done. That's like I said, we can't get Rodrygo. We have to get Eze. For me, it's just something that needs to be done. Big up all of you guys. Big up Arsenal 14 times champs. Big up yourself. Good to see you. Hope you're good. Big up Luke. I'm good. How are you doing? I hope you're okay. Big up to all of you guys. Like I said, I'll probably answer some of your questions now. For the last 10 minutes before I wrap the show up. Probably back later, guys, if there's any other news as well. About Arsenal. Hopefully, we're going to hear some more news as well. I think there's definitely a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes anyway, so I'm excited to see what else is going to happen as well. But yeah, obviously, big up to all of you guys that are in here and are watching. Please make sure you are liking and subscribing as well to my channel, as I'm nearly at 30 likes. Let's try and get 30 likes on here. So please do smash them likes and subscribe here, guys, if you're new here. That'd be very much appreciated. Do you think we need? No, we do not need a left back. No, we've got plenty of players there. I think we're fine. I don't want us to focus on that. I want us to really focus on some attacking players. So I hope we can do that. I don't really know what we are going to do, but I do think we have to focus on that. We've obviously got, we're okay. I mean, we've got our, we've got like Timber, Gabriel Saliba, and then you've got Lewis Skelly as those defensive options. Then you have players that can step in, like Calafori. So we're okay. Obviously, you've got Ben White as cover for the right back, and then you've also got Mosquera as well. So I think we don't need left back. I don't think we need any more defenders. I think we just have to focus now on bringing in the quality. That's for me is the most important thing. So yeah, I don't think we need any more defenders. I just pray we don't bring in any more defenders because I'm tired of defense. I'm happy we got Mosquera because don't get me wrong, you need backup. You do need that in the team. You need some depth, of course, but I don't think we should be bringing any more defenders. I mean, I pray we don't anyway. But yeah, I just really think for me that we just need attacking players. We need, for me, we need an Eze, and I'd be happy, or maybe another winger as well. I would love Leo Rodrygo. We have not had position exciting players since Alexis. No, I think I think to be honest with you, I think Rodrygo, as I've said, would be an amazing player, but I don't know if that would really happen. I think Leo would be a great player. Lookman's a great player as well. There's definitely a lot of options out there that we could go for. Um, but yeah, I just think for me that we should definitely bring in some exciting players, attacking players. I know Gyokeres is, one that we're all excited for anyway. So I hope we can, bring in some more players going forward in the attacking sense. So yeah, I mean, Sanchez was great. He definitely gave us that excitement. I do agree with you there. He was a great player to watch at the time. So hopefully we'll continue to bring in some more attacking players as well. I do agree with you. I think Rodrygo would be amazing. Rodrygo would be that signing would be incredible, but I just don't know what we're gonna do. I think with Rodrygo, it's a lot of money, but I mean, if we're not gonna say, I would like us to go for Rodrygo and get that one done. Um, but yeah, we are gonna have to see what we're actually gonna do, what's up our sleeve, what we can do. So yeah, big up the chat. Obviously, there's about 20 of you. Obviously, make sure you're liking and subscribing, guys, if you're new here. And of course, send me in any questions. I'm happy to do a little bit of answering now and answer your questions for maybe 20 minutes or however long you guys want. Um, Big up 11J. Afternoon, so sorry I'm late. I was watching Lionesses Pray. Big up yourself. I did see a bit of that. I'm going to watch a bit of it more later as well. But really happy for them. They deserve the support. Big up 11J. What is the next signing for Arsenal? Well, I hope it'll be Eze, but at the moment it doesn't seem like we're signing anyone right now. I think we're going to make some outgoings first. I think that's what we're going to do. I think some players are going to move on first for us to bring in Eze. So yeah, I do think that we are going to see some outgoings. I think that's what's going to happen, to be honest with you, which I get, but I do think we need to make sure that we are bringing in Eze and the right players going forward. So yeah, hopefully we're going to make some good signings. Thoughts on Liverpool signing Isak? Well, I don't know if it's happened yet. I know it's you, Luca, by the way. I don't know if it's happened yet. I mean, if it does happen, it happens. There's nothing we can do about it. He's going to be a great addition. Yeah, not much we can do about it though, because if he goes, he goes. We've just have to do the best we can possibly do, and hope that we can match them in a way. So yeah, all we can do is our best, really. And hope he doesn't really go there. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one, of course, but all we can do is our best. That's all I ever ask from the team, to do that. So yeah, hopefully, we are going to see Eze here, Rodrygo here, and hopefully, obviously got Gyokeres our guy now, so really excited to see what we're gonna do. But obviously, big up to Luca for watching my videos. Big up the chat. Obviously, big up to you guys. Like I said, I'm happy to answer any of your questions as well. That to those that are here, like I said, I might be back later, but I'll be back tomorrow as well. Back on Thursday, I do a watch along for the game on Thursday. And yeah, I'm really excited to see how we're going to do against Spurs. I hope we can win. And see Gyokeres, Mosquera, and new signings. Really excited for that. But yeah, obviously, big up to all of you guys that are here. Really appreciate it. Obviously, guys, please do make sure you're subscribing here if you are new here. I know there's a lot of new people in the chat, and just do make sure you're subscribing as well. Big up Kata, Barra, Christopher. Hi, this is Christopher from Uganda. Big up Christopher. Obviously, if you're new here, please do subscribe. But welcome to my channel, Christopher. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I do love it when people say where they're from. It's so cool. I think it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to do. But yeah, big up Christopher, big up the chat. I really appreciate you watching this. And if you've got any questions, send them through. I'm happy to spend a bit of time now to answer them as well. But yeah, I really appreciate all of you that are here as well. And yeah, obviously appreciate all that are here joining me today. And yeah. Big up Emerson, good to see you here. Hope you're doing well. Hi Soph. After McStanley, who is the next academy star? Great question, because obviously we do have quite a lot of talented players, to be honest with you. But obviously, Max Dallon's that guy that we know is going to do good. I do really like Molly Salmon as well. I think he's quite good. I think we're getting to see more of him as well. I do like him as well, and he does deserve a lot of credit as well for how good he's been. They're so young, both of them. It's crazy how young they are. I think they're both doing really good. So yeah, Molly Salmon and obviously Max Dowden as well. We've obviously got a lot of other ones that I want to see more of them before I can judge them. But I think it's hard yet to know really how well they're going to do. But I think we are going to see them more in the team, get more minutes. So yeah, I think Molly Simon I would say is going to be one for the future as well. One that I really like watching as well. I think he's someone that does deserve, more time. So hopefully Arteta will give these players more time as well in the season, and hopefully, really show how good they can be. But yeah, I think Molly Salmon's great. I think a lot of these players are great, and yeah, I do think it's an exciting time now. I think to see all of these new players come through. I think it's what this time of the season's about, giving these players the chances in pre-season, seeing what they can really do, obviously on the biggest stage, playing in these preseason games. It's an exciting time for them. It must be surreal. Some of them are 15, and it's so crazy, to see them that young, do really well. So yeah, I think at that age it is very young, but they do deserve these opportunities because they're great. They're great at what they do. They're great players as well. Um, I'm just gonna get a drink, guys. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. If you guys have any questions, do obviously send them through. I will be on here for a little bit longer because I know a lot of you have joined and I'm happy to answer any questions. So I'll be back in 2 minutes, guys. Just give me a moment and I'll happy to answer any questions. Yes, I'm back now. I hope you can all hear me. Okay, but yeah, if you've got any questions, obviously feel free to send them through before I do end the stream. Obviously, I've been here for a little bit today, but I will possibly be back later. I'll have to let you guys know as well. If there's any news later, I will obviously be back. I have also heard that Arsenal women are having a pre-season sort of friendly game behind closed doors, so I will update you guys on that as well. Hopefully, you are gonna hear some more news of that. Obviously, big up to chat. I really appreciate you all watching. Like I said, if you've got any questions, do send them through. I'll be on here for about maybe 5 more minutes this time. I did say that ages ago, but you guys did send me through some questions. I did want to kind of chat with you all as well on here. And I do enjoy, doing these type of shows as well. Hopefully, we are going to hear some more news soon about Eze. I do hope that situation is one that will develop as well because we all want him. I think we all know he would be that dream signing for us. So hopefully that'll be a player that will get done. He will come to Arsenal and yeah, he will be a Gooner. So hopefully that'll happen. I think he would be happy coming to Arsenal anyway. So hopefully that'll be done. And yeah, I don't think we're going to make many signings to be honest with you after this. I think it's probably going to be that might be it. But like I said, I'm excited to see what we are going to do in this window. I think we've had a good window so far. I can't lie to you guys. We've done good. We just need to make sure we do add um, a few more sort of signings after this. I think because I mean, obviously Luca before mentioned about Isak. I think if they're getting Isak, we have to make sure we're doing the best we can do and that we're strengthening in the best possible way. So I think you have to match up what other people are doing. Really, have to keep doing the best you can do. Um, so I hope we can keep on improving and getting better as a team. So hopefully we are going to add some more players into this team. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting this window. Like I wouldn't expect us to get some of the players we have, but I'm happy. I think Norgard is being a really good player so far. I think he's doing really good. Mendy, as still mentioned before, Mendy has been great to watch. I'm really excited to see how he's going to be, in the season, and he's gonna have a big part to play in the season. Obviously, being a partnership with Declan Rice, he's going to have a big part to play. So I think for him, these are the times you want to see him do well and step up. But I am excited to see how he's going to do in the season. I think we've got some really exciting players coming through as well. Obviously, we have spoken a bit today about the academy as well. I'm hoping they can obviously come through and step up as well. So, yeah, I'm really excited to see how well these players are going to do in the season. Obviously, the pre-season's all about testing new things and seeing how these players are going to do. So, yeah, but also found us rate the window so far. Oh, a good question. I've kind of rated it a few times in videos, but I think now, obviously, we've got Kepa, Gyokeres, Mosquera, Mendy, Norgard, Madueke. I think that's it so far. So we've made 6 signings, which I think is pretty good. We haven't had many outgoings at all, though. So I think so far with Gyokeres, I would probably give it like a 7. I think Gyokeres, if we didn't have Gyokeres, it would be quite lower down, and that might be a 5. But Gyokeres makes me excited. I think for me, for it to be a 10, I would need to see like Eze, maybe Rodrygo, and I want to see more outgoings happen. I think you have to shift players on this, as people said before. You have to be ruthless in this window. So for me, I just think we need to see some more outgoings. Obviously, as I've spoken about in here, like Zinchenko, maybe Kivior. I would do like Kivior, but if we need to get money, we have to sell players. There's so many other examples that I could pick as well, but we need to move on. Some of these players as well. So yeah, I think Vieira should go, Lokonga, Zinchenko. I think Trossard's going to go as well, but I think we need to move some players on for sure. For me, I think that's something that we have to do. But I think I'm never going to give this window a 10, because I think a 10 for me would probably be with a Rodrygo and an Eze. But I think, if I'm being honest, I would happily give it a good score if we were able to bring in the likes of, obviously, Eze. I think I'd give it a high rating if that was possible. But yeah, I'm really, really happy to see the window, how it's been developing so far with the signings that we've brought in. I do feel generally happy about the players that we have. So yeah, I think it's not been bad at all. Not all being bad. I think we have made some good signings. Obviously Gyokeres, Mosquera are the ones I want to see play. They've been really good for Arsenal. So as I said, it's not all doom and gloom. I think for me, I need to see outgoings first. I think if this was the window and it ended like this, I would feel a bit deflated. So far, I'd probably say to a 6.5. I think, if being honest, 6.5 probably for me. I think if we got Eze, that would go up a lot in my ratings, because I do feel more confident about us winning the league if we have Eze in the team. So I think, yeah, I think I need to see some outgoings. I need to see some players like Jesus, obviously Jesus, Zinchenko, Vieira, Lokonga, Nelson. I think we need to see more players move on now, and then I'd give it a higher score. The winner is 5 out of 10. Fair enough. I mean, I'd give it a bit higher than that just because of Gyokeres, but I do think we need to see some outgoings. Like, we need players to move on, and we need to get some money. So if we get Eze, then I'd give that a lot higher, but I want to see some outgoings happen. I think, as I said 2 times, Rodrygo is just not going to happen. I just don't think that'll happen. I think that's more of a dream than a reality, so I don't see that one happening at all. But if it did happen, I would be very happy, of course. You never know what is around the corner. We can make things happen, and it could happen. But like Ron was saying before as well, when you don't win stuff, it's going to be hard for players to come in. And as he said, why would he want to come to Arsenal? He needs to win. We need to win stuff, so I do get that as well. So hopefully I'll be back with you guys soon and giving you guys more updates. But yeah, we'll end this, guys. A few minutes. I've been here for over an hour today, but I just wanted to have a nice chat with you. I've really enjoyed, chatting with all of you today. It's been so much fun. Obviously, I'm back later today, possibly if there's any more news. I'll be definitely back tomorrow. If there is any more updates, about Arsenal, and of course I'm doing a live watch along as well on Thursday about the Spurs game, so feel free to obviously check out that as well and join me for the watch along. But thank you all for watching my show today. I hope you have enjoyed it. I've really loved chatting with all of you. Please do make sure, guys, you are subscribing to my channel and you are liking this video, as you know I'm ending this now. But yeah, I'll let you guys know obviously when I'm back soon. I might be back tonight, I might be back tomorrow, but I will let you know. But thank you all for watching. I hope you'll have a wonderful day, night, whatever you are in this world. And yeah, thank you for your support, everyone, and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye, guys.